Have you ever heard of a recently developed science known as neurotechnology? This particular field has and continues to better our understanding of brain functioning, thus helping us gain further knowledge of the world around us. Neurotechnology consists of tools designed to help study the working brain and is utilized in many different areas of our society. Many people are unaware of the tremendous benefits that this field of study has granted us. People most often associate neurotechnology with the medical field, as it has contributed to numerous groundbreaking medical discoveries over time. Neuroprosthetics, for example, are designed to restore sight to the blind, hearing to the deaf, and mobility to the paralyzed, as described by Greg Miller. This also aids in the daily functioning of ALS patients because they can now simply think of an action and there is a computer designed to respond to that thought. Recent studies are also focusing on the detection of epileptic seizures, and neurotechnologists have made tremendous progress in finding more efficient treatments for epileptic patients, as opposed to the current options on the market which suppress epileptic symptoms rather than fully treat them. Many mental disorders have also benefited from discoveries neurotechnology has made, such as post-traumatic stress disorder, otherwise known as PTSD, obsessive-compulsive disorder, which is otherwise known as OCD, anxiety, and depression. The medical field, however, is by no means the only area of society that utilizes the attributions this form of technology has to offer. Neurotechnological studies are emerging in educational fields as well. Many researchers are using functional MRI, which is also known as fMRI, and EEG-based tools to see brain activity in networks underlying learning. These tools illustrate where and how our brain is working when performing certain tasks, making it easier to understand how one processes and stores certain information. Many of these discoveries are intended to improve learning skills within the educational system. People with learning impairments or disabilities can also benefit from these discoveries, as it may be difficult for these individuals to voice where or how they are struggling. By using fMRI and EEG-based machines, their educational struggles may be illustrated instead. If we are able to obtain a well-rounded idea of effective learning techniques through neurotechnology, think of how much more evolved our economy could be in the future. The ability to see one's unconscious reactions to certain events have opened the door for countless forms of other studies recently conducted. Many people are unaware that there are various forms of neurotechnological studies conducted in marketing. According to Eaton and Isles, newly emerging neuromarketing studies are being used to revolutionize consumer advertising. These studies examine consumer reactions within the subconscious mind in order to obtain unfiltered reactions. Similar to the neurological studies performed within the educational field, marketers examine how a consumer's mind reacts when presented with a certain product and when presented to them in different ways to figure out consumer appeal. The goal of this is to boost market sales and profit margins for various companies around the world. For example, subliminal advertising is notorious for the ability to reach out and appeal to a consumer's inner desires without them even knowing it. Researchers were able to discover what these general desires are by neuromarketing studies. There are many different areas of society that utilize the intriguing tools and tactics neurotechnology has introduced to us, some of which we have yet to discover. This aspect of technology continues to flourish in our day-to-day lives and will continue to impact us in the future. So the next time that you sit down to watch television or interact with someone who may have a mental, physical, or learning disability, Just think about how neurotechnology is involved. You may be surprised at how frequently it is integrated into our daily lives.